Welcome, explorers of wisdom and seekers of truth. Today we delve into the profound world of Buddhism. Buddhism, a spiritual tradition that began over 2.5 millennia ago, has guided countless souls across the globe on their journeys to enlightenment. It's not just a religion, it's a philosophy, a way of life that encourages us to understand the world and ourselves more deeply. At the heart of Buddhism are the Four Noble Truths, the core teachings that the Buddha himself imparted to humanity. These truths serve as a compass, guiding practitioners through the complexities of existence, leading us towards a state of enlightenment, a state free from suffering and imbued with profound peace. The first of these truths is the truth of suffering, or dukkha. It acknowledges that life, in its myriad forms, is fraught with suffering. From the minor inconveniences of daily life to the profound existential crises we face, suffering is an integral part of our experience. The second truth, the truth of the origin of suffering, delves into the causes of our suffering. It's here we encounter desire, attachment, and ignorance, the roots of our discontent. The third truth, the truth of the cessation of suffering, offers a beacon of hope. It proposes that we can transcend suffering, that there exists a state of liberation, nirvana, beyond the tumultuous seas of samsara, our worldly existence. Together, these three truths set the stage, painting a picture of our reality. They tell us what's wrong, why it's wrong, and assure us that there's a solution. But what is this solution? How do we reach this state of nirvana, free from suffering? Now let's uncover the first three noble truths, setting the stage for our main topic. Before we venture into the fourth noble truth, we must first understand its predecessors. Let's begin by diving into the first noble truth, also known as the truth of suffering. The Buddha taught that life as we know it ultimately involves suffering. This doesn't mean that life is perpetually dismal, but rather that suffering is an intrinsic part of our existence. It's in the moments of illness, aging, and ultimately death. It's in the anxiety of wanting things we can't have, and in the dissatisfaction that comes when we finally get what we thought we wanted. It's in the separation from people and things we love, and in enduring those we dislike. This is the truth of suffering, the dukkha. Now let's move on to the second noble truth, the origin of suffering, or samudaya. This truth teaches us that the root of all suffering is desire or thirst. This thirst can manifest in different forms, such as sensual desire, the desire for existence, or even the desire for non-existence. It's the craving for pleasure, the craving for material goods, the craving for eternal life, and the craving for success. It's our attachments that lead to suffering. If we crave something and don't get it, we suffer. Even if we do get it, we live in fear of losing it, which still causes suffering. With the understanding of the root cause of suffering, we can now discuss the third noble truth, the cessation of suffering, or nirodha. This truth is the promise of a cure for suffering. The Buddha declares that suffering can cease, and it ceases with the relinquishing of that very craving that causes suffering. This cessation isn't merely the ending of suffering, but the unbinding of the mind from desire, aversion, and delusion. It's the experience of true freedom and peace. It's the state of nirvana. So, to sum it up, the first noble truth tells us that suffering exists. The second noble truth explains where this suffering comes from. And the third noble truth offers a solution, assuring us that an end to suffering is possible. These truths are not beliefs or dogmas that one needs to accept blindly. Instead, they are truths to be experienced and understood within one's own life. They are the realities of our existence that Buddha encourages us to investigate personally, and the understanding of these truths is what leads to wisdom. Remember, the Buddha's teachings are not about following a set of rules or commandments, but about understanding our life and the world around us, and seeking a path that leads to peace and liberation. With a clear understanding of the first three truths, we are ready to explore the fourth noble truth. The fourth noble truth, the path leading to the cessation of suffering, is our beacon today. This truth, a cornerstone of Buddhism, offers us not just an analysis of human suffering, but also a clear step-by-step guide towards its end. Imagine a doctor diagnosing an illness. After identifying the symptoms and the cause, the most crucial step is prescribing the right cure. This is what the fourth noble truth does. It prescribes a practical pathway to end suffering, the Eightfold Path, also known as the Middle Way. But why is it called the Middle Way? Well, the Buddha taught that to eliminate suffering, we must avoid both extreme indulgence in sensual pleasures and extreme self-denial or asceticism. Instead, we should tread a middle path, one that balances wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. So, what does this mean for us? It means we have the power to transform our lives. We're not left helpless in the face of suffering. The fourth noble truth gives us a roadmap, a set of guidelines to follow. It empowers us to take control, to steer our ship towards a life of peace, happiness, and enlightenment. But the path is not a quick fix. It's not a magic pill. It requires commitment, practice, and patience. It's a lifelong journey of self-discovery and growth. But the reward, the end of suffering, the attainment of nirvana. And that, my friends, is an endeavor worth undertaking. Also, it's crucial to remember that the fourth noble truth, like all other teachings of Buddhism, is not a dogma or a doctrine that demands blind faith. Instead, it's an invitation to investigate, to experience, to see for ourselves if these teachings hold true in our lives. So, are you ready to embark on this journey? Are you ready to explore the path that promises the cessation of suffering? This path, also known as the Middle Way or the Eightfold Path, is what we'll explore next. The Eightfold Path is a practical guideline to ethical and mental development. It's a roadmap, if you will, to enlightenment, to the cessation of suffering. It's not just a theory or philosophy, but a practical guide for living. Let's explore the first three components of the Eightfold Path: right understanding, right thought, and right speech. Each of these steps are not isolated from each other, but interconnected, each one leading seamlessly to the next. The first step, right understanding, is the foundation. It's about seeing the world as it truly is, not as we'd like it to be. It involves understanding the Four Noble Truths, recognizing the impermanence of life, and acknowledging the law of cause and effect. It's about opening our minds to the realities of existence. Next, we have right thought. This step is about cultivating a mindset that is free from ill will and cruelty. It's about embracing thoughts of love, compassion, and non-violence. It's about aligning our thoughts with our understanding of reality. When our thoughts are in harmony with the truth, it naturally leads to wholesome actions. The third step is right speech. This is about speaking truthfully, kindly, and helpful. It's about refraining from lying, harsh language, gossip, and idle chatter. It's about using our words to uplift others, to bring peace, and to express the truth we've understood. Right speech is not just about what we say, but how we say it. These first three steps on the Eightfold Path are essential. They're about aligning our understanding, our thoughts, and our speech with reality. They're about cultivating a mindset and a way of communication that is based on truth, kindness, and compassion. But remember, the Eightfold Path is not a linear journey. It's a cycle, a process of continuous learning and growth. As we deepen our understanding, refine our thoughts, and purify our speech, we naturally progress on the path, becoming more aware, more compassionate, and ultimately, more enlightened. These are the first steps on the path, leading us toward a deeper understanding and peace. And we'll continue this journey in the next part of our discussion. Continuing along the Eightfold Path, we come to our next steps. Let's delve into the essence of right action, right livelihood, and right effort. Right action, the fourth step on the Eightfold Path, is about making choices that promote ethical and compassionate behavior. It's about being mindful of our actions and their impacts, striving to avoid harm and promote goodness in the world. This could mean abstaining from harmful behaviors like stealing, lying, or violence. But it also means actively seeking to do good to help others, to be kind and considerate in our interactions. Next, we encounter right livelihood. This fifth step encourages us to earn our living in a way that is ethical and does not cause harm. It's not just about what we do to make a living, but how we do it. Are we honest in our business dealings? Do we treat our colleagues, employees, or employers with respect? Are our professional actions aligned with our values? Right livelihood urges us to consider these questions and strive for a work life that is harmonious with our ethical and spiritual beliefs. The sixth step is right effort. This involves applying ourselves diligently to cultivating positive states of mind and letting go of the negative ones. It's about effort and persistence, about consistently striving to improve ourselves and our understanding of the world. It's about not giving up, even when the path is challenging. These 3 steps, right action, right livelihood, and right effort, are deeply interconnected. Each one supports and reinforces the others. They guide us in our actions, our work, and our personal development, helping us to live more ethically, more mindfully, and more compassionately. By practicing these steps, we can bring a little more peace, a little more kindness, a little more wisdom into our world. These steps guide us in our actions and our daily lives, leading us closer to enlightenment. The final steps of the Eightfold Path bring us closer to the cessation of suffering. The 7th step on this path is right mindfulness. This step asks us to be fully aware of our thoughts, feelings, and actions in the present moment. It's not about dwelling on the past or anxiously anticipating the future. It's about existing right here, right now, fully engaged with the reality unfolding around us. Right mindfulness means to observe our experiences without judgment, to see things as they truly are. It's a call to be attentive to our body, feelings, mind, and the world around us, cultivating an intimate understanding of the nature of reality. This mindfulness helps us to break free from the cycle of craving and aversion, enabling us to respond to life's challenges with wisdom and compassion. The 8th and final step on the Eightfold Path is right concentration. This refers to the development of a mental discipline aimed at overcoming the constant chatter of our minds. It involves focusing the mind on a single object, such as the breath, a phrase, or a visual object. This concentration is the basis for meditation, a practice that cultivates calm and insight, and ultimately leads to the experiential understanding of the truths we've been discussing. Right concentration is a skill, and like any skill, it needs to be honed through practice. It requires patience and perseverance. As we cultivate concentration, we develop the ability to remain focused and undistracted, even in the midst of life's turbulence. This state of deep concentration paves the way for the arising of wisdom, the insight into the true nature of reality. Right mindfulness and right concentration together help us to develop a clear, tranquil mind, the kind of mind that is capable of penetrating the deepest truths of existence. They encourage us to live fully in the present, to engage with life as it unfolds, moment by moment. These are the final steps on the path, guiding us toward enlightenment and liberation from suffering. Now that we've walked the Eightfold Path, let's reflect on the importance of the 4th Noble Truth. Delving into the heart of Buddhism, we find ourselves facing the 4th Noble Truth, a beacon of hope in a world often marked by suffering. This truth, known as the path leading to the cessation of suffering, is not merely a philosophical concept. It's a practical, accessible framework that paves the way for spiritual enlightenment and liberation from suffering. The 4th Noble Truth is a guide, a roadmap, if you will, that illuminates the path to nirvana, the ultimate liberation from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. It provides a set of ethical guidelines, the Eightfold Path, that steers us towards a life of mindfulness, wisdom, and ethical conduct. Each step on this path holds a key, unlocking a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. But why is the 4th Noble Truth so important, you might ask? Well, it's because this truth provides us with a proactive approach to life, encouraging us to actively participate in our own journey towards enlightenment. It does not ask us to blindly believe, but rather, it invites us to explore, examine, and experience the truth for ourselves. This truth is not about escaping the world, but about understanding and transforming it. It's about finding peace within chaos, wisdom within ignorance, and liberation within confinement. The 4th Noble Truth is the very essence of Buddhism, a testament to its practicality and relevance in our day-to-day lives. The beauty of the 4th Noble Truth lies in its universality. Regardless of who we are, where we come from, or what we believe in, we can all benefit from walking the Eightfold Path. This path is not exclusive but inclusive, welcoming all who seek truth, peace, and liberation. It is important to remember that the 4th Noble Truth is not about achieving perfection, but about cultivating understanding and compassion. It's about learning to let go of our attachments, our desires, our fears, and our ignorance. It's about embracing change, understanding the impermanence of all things, and learning to live in the present moment. The fourth noble truth is a lifelong journey, a continuous process of learning, growing, and evolving. It's a journey of transformation, leading us from ignorance to wisdom, from suffering to liberation, and from fear to courage. So as we reflect on the importance of the fourth noble truth, let us remember that this truth is not just a doctrine to be studied, but a way of life to be lived. It's a path that demands our active participation, our commitment, and our perseverance. It's a path that leads not just to knowledge, but to wisdom, not just to understanding, but to enlightenment. The fourth noble truth is not just a doctrine, but a way of life, offering a path to enlightenment for all. The fourth noble truth, the path leading to the cessation of suffering, is a profound teaching in Buddhism. As we reach the conclusion of this enlightening journey, let's take a moment to reflect on the key points shared. We've delved into the depths of Buddhism, and more specifically, the Four Noble Truths, with a keen focus on the fourth noble truth. This truth, the path leading to the cessation of suffering, is not just a philosophical concept, but a practical guide for life. It presents the Eightfold Path, a comprehensive system for personal development and spiritual growth. This path, with its 8 interconnected aspects, encourages us to cultivate wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. We began with right understanding and right thought, the components that foster wisdom. We then explored right speech, right action, and right livelihood, which form the ethical conduct foundation. Lastly, we touched upon right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration, the pillars of mental discipline. The fourth noble truth is not a doctrine to be blindly accepted, but a path to be experienced and lived. It's about finding balance, making wise choices, and developing a deep understanding of our thoughts, words, and actions. It's about letting go of our attachments and aversions, cultivating compassion, and embracing the impermanence of life. In our modern, fast-paced world, where stress and dissatisfaction are all too common, the fourth noble truth offers a beacon of hope. It invites us to pause, reflect, and take conscious steps towards inner peace and happiness. It reminds us that the key to liberation from suffering lies within us. So, as we part ways today, I encourage you to contemplate these teachings. Let them inspire you to explore new perspectives, to question, to learn, and to grow. Remember, the journey is as important as the destination, and every step on the Eightfold Path is a step towards enlightenment. Thank you, dear seekers of truth, for joining us on this journey. Until next time, may you find peace and wisdom on your path.